Still Heather. Definitely still an alcoholic. Definitely have a box stand going because I always get overheated at AA. I do. I just do. I think it's because I'm all like active and goey or whatever. But before I get digressed any further, let me give you my disclaimer. All opinions and interpretations are solely those of the individual. I do not speak for anyone or anything but this alcoholic experience. And I've been meaning to throw something up over the last few days. I have had I don't quite know how to describe what the last 5 days have been like. Recovery is tricky, and everyone talks how we don't want to play the game, and we don't want to do this, and we don't want to. I don't want us all day long, people. If you want a place, if you want a voice, if you want that voice to be heard, I don't feel like it's a complicated thing. I'm pretty sure we covered this in all facets of government growing up. I really loathe history. I'm not down for them, yet I seem to marry them and date them, and I don't know. It's not my thing. But just because I didn't care enough to study or retain, by no means makes me a fool. And I have been out in the big bad world since I came out into the big bad world. And I'm a observant person. And pragmatic, I think, is a really great word that I've been using lately. I've been pragmatic. And I got told I was crazy. And I kind of wish that I had stuck to the instincts with this instead of living off the hope and the belief, the beautiful, beautiful belief that people had or have. Because people do have. There was no giving up or giving up hope or any of these things in our lives. No matter what happens, there's just a pivot. It's kind of been my thing. I just gotta pivot. And it's weird because I came to that term because in my world, professionally, that's literally how I survive. I have to pivot. If I don't pivot, someone dies. Me, someone else, someone gets hurt, whatever. My job requires me to be on the ready, to think outside the box, to immediately be able to do these different things, to be in the middle of one thing, and then all of a sudden everything spins and it goes into another way. And it's funny because I was looking at a memory not that long ago, and I remembered the one part that was the funny thing, and I was like, oh my God, yes. And then I started reading comments, and I was like, well, why didn't you? And then I look at the comments, and I was like, oh, well, that was before the fire happened. And then, after the fire happened, and mind you, this is in a hospital, in an acute care setting, and also psych. Hey. Not all voluntary, definitely not all stable, probably one of the most epic stories that I could tell. And I was training a per diem manager who I adored. And everybody knew it was just a matter of like, here's the process, here's what this looks like, you know. And if you want to talk about baptism by fire, bro, literally baptism by fire. And I remember so many things, and then having to go here, and then so many things, and doing this and doing that. And then I also remember that like it was more about after I got everyone safely off the unit into a secure enough place, got all the teams together, sent a mission out to the next shift coming in, my personal shift, saying, hey, could you bring your laptops and, you know, dress coolly. And we did. We did all these things. And I literally was managing a fire. A fire. Are you listening to me? I'm being dead ass serious. A fucking fire. An emergency setting that also has unstable psychotic patients. But it's just about pivoting, and there's just some interesting stories. You know, there's one there's no way I would even remotely give you like a smidge of that snippet, because that's just not. This piece is just like really generic enough that I feel like you couldn't identify a single soul if you tried to. But one of them was very sweet, and they were trying to share their graham crackers with a very, very, very expensive machine, but I don't even know what the fuck it does. All I know is it's the hospitals, and it's like, you know, bajillions of thousands of dollars. And I had to very kindly with the team explain that it was already full. It wasn't really hungry right now. It was really sweet and thoughtful, and a thank you. And then I pivoted again. So after I took a break from people, because I really was just, the weight was too much for me of people and things, and I needed to just like take a breath and not have someone telling me, or if I brought something up, having them bring me their shit. Okay, well, I came to you for my shit, and I love your shit, but can we do my shit first, and then like schedule your shit? That'd be cool. But that's not really how it went, and I get it, and that's fine. So I took my shit like across the country to a friend in the program who is nowhere connected and had nothing that they had to say from their own like desires for things. They just were there, and it was like, yeah, it really was like breathing again. Like I literally almost vomited as I dialed their number. I have 16 years in recovery. I admit, my phone was covered in barbed wire, just the same as every other person. It's hard sometimes. It really fucking is. The thing is covered in fucking barbed wire. But I almost threw up as I hit call. And the first thing I said was, oh my God, I almost threw up just now. I'm so glad I didn't. Definitely need to talk, obviously. And it was really great. And that's what we do for each other. And that's what we do in this program. And what our program does for us. And what others in our program do for us. Because this is nothing singular. There is no me. It is strictly 1,000% me for me. I don't do anything. I don't do shit. I do what I can. I try to take care of my corner. I clean up where I fuck up whenever, whatever it is. But like, if I were doing this by myself, there'd be nothing to do, because I don't know what it would be like. It's a progressive disease, and I really don't know, and I don't plan on finding out. But I'm really glad that I got some like self-care, and once I cut all the noise out, it was really just calm. Cool with acceptance and the unknown, and giving it over to God and trusting, and more shall be revealed, and this is the process, and I really do believe these things. But I lost them in the cloud of the chaos and the fear and the spinning, and I didn't take enough care of myself. So if anything, if it's a message to tune shit the fuck out if it's too loud, because you're definitely cutting off the sunlight of the spirit, which you read tonight. I love the second half of how it works. Oh, I fucking love it. I love the first, don't get me wrong. I love how it works. But I don't want to be that way, so I had to step away and figure out, and that's okay, because I'm okay, and it's all pivot and patience. What are we supposed to do with life? We do our part, try to do the next right thing, and be patient. And I like to call it, I play volleyball with God. And so what we do is, it's more like tag, yes, sorry, not volley, tag. So I do my part, and I do everything I could possibly do, and then I say, tag, you're it, and then I give that over to God, and let him do that shit, and then I wait patiently until it's my turn to be in action again, and then I just do this without ever stopping. It's gotta be a constant thing, and I also have to regulate that. But I'm really excited I got to reconnect with some of my AA besties, some of the people that got me through some of the darkest, scariest moments, times where oh God, I hated being on camera. I hated talking. I hated being, and it was a lot of things, and I was so sick, and I had lots of hospital meetings and other shit, and I don't know what I would have done. And then, life changes, and we drift and we shift, but the door doesn't shut because we're not, in the same space. It's still there. So it was really cool to see an old friend tonight, and recently be able to connect with another one. And I swear to God, my September that's about to be here is gonna be spiritually lit. I'm really excited about this. One thing that I'll be doing with the one friend, and I got asked to speak, and I'm going to be speaking on step 6, which is very perfect because I really like to super glue myself to my defects, and I don't like to let go. And as one of my sponsors used to say, if you're going to beat yourself, at least use a feather, not a stick. I'm working on the feather part, and I just have a lot of, I feel really healthy things planned, and really a lot of healthy directions and space and settling. And I am okay enough. But I'm also really just wanting to be September because the quicker it gets here, the quicker I get to do the cool things, or also be really cool if I had more invites to do more things because I'm a virtual chick, obviously. But that doesn't mean that I'm not about that other life. I'm not interested in the way it used to be. I think people get so caught up with my virtual establishment of self that they forget I used to have fold the fucking chairs. I had clean up the room. I used to do the coin inventory. Like, what do you want from me? Yes, I've had the awful coffee, had the good coffee. I had the homemade cakes in my earlier recovery because nobody bought generic crap from the store or even Dunkin' Donuts. It was homemade shit. It was so nice. So nice. I got raised by some good fucking people. Not that I'm knocking Dunkin' Donuts or any other sweet ass shit you bring me, caffeinated or sugared up, because I'm grateful for all the things. But I'm just saying, I've been around enough that I actually remember when people used to bring actual baked goods, fresh made for the meeting. So, I went way longer than I expected, but I don't even know if anyone ever watches these. And that's okay. It's not like I really promote anything. But what I have is available to the world, and if anyone actually takes the time and you really make it through one of these, God bless your soul. God bless your soul. Especially because I tend to do these, like, obviously at the end of the long day. But I just got to share one of my home groups, and I love it because I love hanging out with people in the room, and my friends went, my kids there, some of my favorite chapters, I get to be in service. I'm going to bed sober. I live in a state that doesn't sell alcohol outside of a liquor store, and our bars close 2 a.m. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to die in the state. A, because I really love it. But B, it petrifies me to go to areas that don't do this. Because for this alcoholic, if I relapse, it's going to be on to the liquor store and just like, I've told everyone my whole life, I'm just going down the aisle and just like, in the cart, driving my ass back home. Then, that's how that shit happens. I'm not going to a fucking bar for a relapse. Fuck that noise. So 10 o'clock, I'm sober. It's a new day for me. It's 11 o'clock now. So I'm technically good for the night. But I do always like to say happy midnight at the fresh night. And I'm dead by the time the bar is closed nowadays. So thanks for letting me overshare. Thanks for letting me bring gratitude and hopefully some joy or something. But I don't know. Thanks for letting me share.